Madrid Televisión. Va a ser el 10º día de entrenamientos, la 10ª sesión de entrenamientos de los jugadores del Real Madrid en su stage de pretemporada en Canadá, en Montreal. Enseguida vamos a ver a los nuestros sobre el césped. Hola, ¿qué tal? Muy buenas. Nos vamos en directo, Alfonso Torres, allí en Montreal. Queda muy poquito para que volvamos a ver a los nuestros un día más trabajando.
Ya cada vez queda menos. ¿Qué tal? Muy buenas. Desde la ciudad deportiva del Montreal Impact para que en estos campos de césped natural volvamos a ver un entrenamiento del Real Madrid, el que va a ser el 10º entrenamiento de la pretemporada. Hasta el momento, 5 días de entrenamiento para los equipos. Hoy va a ser el 6º, acumulando el 10º entrenamiento de la pretemporada, con dobles sesiones, con trabajo con el balón y también con trabajo en el gimnasio. Un entrenamiento en el que ya prácticamente está todo preparado, todo dispuesto sobre el terreno de juego y en el que ya también tenemos sobre el césped a nuestro entrenador, a Zinedine Zidane, junto a su cuerpo técnico, ultimando los detalles de este entrenamiento que veremos en directo en Real Madrid Televisión.
Gracias, Alfonso Torres. Esta es una, sin duda, de las imágenes del día. Miguel Ángel Muñoz, ¿qué tal? Muy buenas. Zidane sobre el césped.
Hola, Javier, muy buenas. Sí, es una de las noticias agradables, la vuelta de Zinedine Zidane para estar acompañando al resto de los jugadores. A mí, cada vez que veo unas imágenes y veo el equipo, pues ya empiezo a poner el cronómetro en marcha y a contar las horas, los minutos que quedan para que comience el debut del equipo en este International Champions Cup frente al Bayern de Múnich, y por otro lado, lógicamente, también para ver cada uno de los entrenamientos y todos los detalles, todas las jugadas, todos los goles, todo lo que nos deja este nuevo proyecto que ya ha arrancado del Real Madrid, de Zinedine Zidane, con las caras nuevas y con todo lo esperanzador y prometedor que nos espera por delante.
Y todo en directo lo vamos a ver aquí en Real Madrid Televisión, tanto los entrenamientos, como ya estamos viendo desde la semana pasada, como los partidos de la International Champions Cup, los 3 en directo y en abierto aquí en Real Madrid Televisión. Miguel Palencia, ¿qué tal? Muy buenas.
Muy buenas, Lobo.
Ya hemos visto una de las imágenes del día, Zinedine Zidane ya haciéndose cargo del entrenamiento, esta nueva sesión de trabajo, la 10ª ya en Montreal.
Sí, 5 días, 10 sesiones. Como ha dicho Torres, bueno, pues sesiones de físico, sesiones de gimnasio, sesiones de balón, y poquito a poco, evidentemente, también tendrá que ir tocando un poco la táctica, ¿no?, de cara al partido del fin de semana. Bueno, deseosos de que empiece, siempre es una temporada, bueno, pues ilusionante para todos, y sobre todo, y como ha dicho Miguel, también el tema de las nuevas caras, ¿no? Queremos ver cómo se ubican, de qué manera. Estoy seguro que tanto los más veteranos como los jóvenes del equipo han hecho una piña formidable, como siempre, los de la cantera también. Y bueno, pues ya te digo, deseando de ver el primer entrenamiento, el primer partido, y ver cómo evoluciona todo, que eso es lo importante.
De momento lo que estamos viendo es cómo ya se está preparando lo que va a ser una nueva sesión de trabajo, la 10ª en 6 días. De momento llevamos 9 en 5 días. Gregory Dupont, el preparador físico del Real Madrid, preparando lo que va a ser una nueva sesión de trabajo. Ya estamos en la recta final, Miguel Ángel, de este stage de pretemporada en Montreal, porque el jueves el Real Madrid deja ya Montreal. Mejor dicho, el viernes se van a las 4 de la tarde, dirección a Houston, donde al día siguiente se va a disputar el primer partido de la International Champions Cup contra el Bayern de Múnich, que vamos a ver aquí en directo en Real Madrid Televisión. Horario español, ya lo sabéis, 21 de julio, 2 de la mañana.
Sí, la noche del sábado al domingo, 1 hora, por otro lado, para la gente que, teniendo en cuenta que es fin de semana, para la gente joven, tranquilamente pueden salir y luego rápidamente llegar a casa para ver el partido. Fíjate cómo va a ser el debut, ¿no?, del Real Madrid en el inicio de este nuevo ejercicio, ¿no?, de la temporada 19-20, nada más y nada menos que contra un rival como es el Bayern de Múnich, que en principio son de los nominados o de los grandes candidatos para intentar pelear por la Liga de Campeones, alguien que ya sabe, por otro lado, que es el máximo objetivo, el mayor argumento que exponen todos los equipos cuando comienza una temporada. El partido, como digo, no tiene ningún desperdicio, como tampoco lo tienen ninguno de los dos que van a venir a continuación y que vamos a poder ver en directo aquí en Real Madrid Televisión, el Arsenal y posteriormente el Atlético de Madrid. Pese a que el rival tenga una entidad tremenda, eso no significa que Zinedine Zidane, por ejemplo, vaya a modificar sus planes. Qué mejor que intentar afrontar una pretemporada de la máxima exigencia con todos los jugadores, como venimos viendo y estamos acostumbrados a ver en los últimos años. Por lo tanto, como digo, si el rival tiene una exigencia mayor, cuanto mejor y más importante sea el equipo que vas a tener enfrente, más preparados, más concentrados, con más intensidad y más metidos van a estar los jugadores del Real Madrid.
Seguimos viendo cómo se está preparando todo sobre el césped de las instalaciones del Montreal Impact para llevar a cabo una nueva sesión de trabajo por parte de los de Zinedine Zidane. Veíamos anteriormente al preparador de porteros, a Roberto Vázquez, preparando esas figuras que siempre ayudan y mucho al trabajo específico de los porteros. También veíamos a uno de los preparadores, a Javi Mayo, realizando también esas tareas de preparación con los conos. Todo en orden, todo a la perfección, sí, para que comience una nueva sesión de trabajo.
Y no solamente están poniendo los conos los preparadores físicos, sino que el mismo utillero, el último que hemos visto en pantalla, Manolín, estaba colocando las porterías, ¿no? O sea que eso dice mucho, ¿no? Al final de todo el staff y de todo el mundo que está unido y que está comprometido. Importante esto, ¿no?
Pues arranca el entrenamiento, nos quedamos ya con esta imagen en directo. Manolín, uno de los utilleros,
ahí lo tienes,
cerquita de Zinedine Zidane, en un abrazo sincero de bienvenida al técnico francés, Miguel Ángel.
Sí, bueno, pues desde aquí le acompañamos lógicamente en el sentimiento a Zinedine Zidane, el técnico del Real Madrid, por la pérdida que ha tenido reciente de un familiar, pero la vida continúa y ahora mismo pues el primero que se ha puesto manos a la obra, el chándal, ha sido el propio técnico del Real Madrid, para empezar ya a centrarse en lo que está por venir, que es tremendamente importante y por otro lado tremendamente maravilloso e ilusionante, que es el nuevo proyecto, con las nuevas caras, con las nuevas incorporaciones. Un año más el Real Madrid se prepara para afrontar con la intención de estar o llegar lo más alto posible en todas las competiciones, por intentar ganar la Champions, por intentar ganar la Liga, por intentar ganar la Copa del Rey, absolutamente todos los torneos en los que participe. Como decía anteriormente, este año con el aliciente además de incorporaciones de la talla de Hazard, de Jovic, de Mendy, de Rodrigo, de Militao, en definitiva de todos los jugadores que se han incorporado, que hace que todavía, como decía anteriormente, el proyecto sea muchísimo más ilusionante, manteniendo además
International Champions Cup. And as that day gets closer and closer, where the players are stepping up the ball work in the sessions. This is the first time we've seen them start a morning session with the ball. There's been a lot of physical work done up until now, a lot of running, a lot of focus on fitness. But players have been out on the pitch just for a few minutes. It's just after 10 a.m. local time in Montreal, and they've just begun some ball work this morning after a quick chat from coach Zinedine Zidane, who is back in Canada with the squad. He had to leave the Real Madrid's pre-season training camp at the weekend due to the sudden news from Europe that the death of his brother. And he's back in Europe at the beginning of the week, but Zinedine Zidane is now back with the first team squad in Canada. There's been a bit of a chat this morning with the whole squad, and a number of players and members of Zinedine Zidane's backroom staff have approached the coach to give their condolences, of course. That is what is a sad time for the Real Madrid coach, but he's back, keeping a watchful eye on this session now as Real Madrid prepare for these 3 big games coming up at the start of the new season in North America, where Real Madrid will be taking on, as I say, Bayern Munich on Sunday morning, 2 a.m. European time. It's actually a 7 p.m. Saturday evening kickoff in Houston, in the Energy Stadium, where Real Madrid are taking on Bayern Munich. Then after that they go to Maryland to face Arsenal. Game to be played on the 24th of July. 1 a.m. kickoff local time in Central Europe. That's 7 p.m. kickoff in North America. And then perhaps the biggest one of the lot for the North American tour, it's the Madrid derby, the first Madrid derby to take place outside of Europe. Atletico Madrid the rivals in the third game of the International Champions Cup game being played in New Jersey on the 27th to 1:30 a.m. kickoff Central European time. You can enjoy all the build-up and all the news around Real Madrid's North American tour, of course, here on Real Madrid TV throughout the week and the days to come as Real Madrid build up to the new season that begins on the 17th of August. Just over a month away still. So a lot of hard work to be done in these friendlies and on the training pitch with these new players. As you can see, a number out there on the pitch. Luka Jovic and Kubo there with Nacho. And, Rodrigo also out there as well. In this big squad of players that are out in North America, Real Madrid, of course, always take a number of youngsters as well. There's 29 players out there initially for the Whites. And the man in the centre, if you picture there, Gareth Bale, celebrating his 30th birthday today. There was already a few jokes and a few laughs in the meeting that the players had on the pitch before we brought you live pictures. There was a bit of talk about Gareth Bale's birthday, I'm sure, and he'll be enjoying his day with a double session of training. This is the first session. Real Madrid going through 2 sessions of training most days on this pre-season training camp in Canada, where the facilities have been excellent so far in Montreal. It looks as if the temperatures are not too high as well this morning for these players. Of course, all planned, prepared beforehand in detail. Real Madrid's full pre-season training schedule. Camera there today, focusing on that man, Gareth Bale, who's celebrating his 30th birthday. So the camera pans out and you can see those facilities. And of course these days are very important for new signings, for new players who are coming into the squad for the first time, getting to know their colleagues and teammates. It's a good opportunity, of course, for the players to bond away from home in Canada. A lot of spare time as well. There was a free day yesterday where the players were allowed to go off and do what they wanted to do. Pictures appearing of a couple of players out shopping in Montreal. And it's there is Zinedine Zidane, of course, keeping an eye on the other set of players over there. Lucas Vázquez and Isco Marcelo, along with club captain, recently married, of course, Sergio Ramos. Toni Kroos in your picture as well. And there's some of the younger players. Well, there is Jaime Seoane, player who's come through the youth system at Real Madrid, played regularly for the under-19s last season and for Castilla. He's there along with players like Álvaro Fidalgo, Diego Altuve, goalkeeper as well. Great opportunity for those players to join in training with the first team. All part of the experience for coming up through the system at Real Madrid to get a first pre-season away with the first team. Some of those players will be going back and featuring for Castilla for most of the season. Castilla themselves have started training as well back in Madrid. So the season slowly getting underway And the countdown now begins for that game against Bayern Munich. It smacks of kind of duel you get in the final rounds of the Champions League, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, but it'll be the first game of the season for the Whites in Houston, early Sunday morning in Europe, 2 a.m. Central European time. That game kicks off, and you can follow all the build-up and all the post-match reaction for that game, of course, on Real Madrid TV. There's a chance that Real Madrid will play Bayern Munich again in pre-season, because when they come back from North America after the Atletico game on the 27th, they'll then travel to Munich to play in the Audi Cup game against Tottenham Hotspur on the 30th of this month, before a potential final if the Audi Cup, if they win that game, could potentially play Bayern Munich or Fenerbahce in the Allianz Arena. So as we've become accustomed over the last few years, a lot of big games in the pre-season, all the big European sides facing off against each other now. Gone are the days where Real Madrid used to go and have a training camp in Austria and thump a small amateur team with a lot of goals early on to build the confidence. It's all about the big games now. In fact, the International Champions Cup is beginning tomorrow in North America. Teams such as Fiorentina, Inter Milan, Arsenal, Tottenham, Juventus, all in action in the coming days. And it's a pre-season tournament, but it's a competition that Real Madrid have won already on 3 occasions in the 7 editions that they've competed in, so it's not a bad record. They are the team that have won the International Champions Cup the most times, so they'll be looking to keep that kind of record up. Of course, it's only 3 games, and to stand any chance of winning it, it'll be a very good start to beat Bayern Munich at the weekend. But it's all about getting fitness at the moment. It's all about getting back on the training pitch, getting up to the maximum levels required for when the action really does kick off in just over a month against Celta Vigo. Real Madrid have been given a tough away game in the first match of the season. They go to Balaidos on the 17th of August, a game that will kick off at 5 p.m. up in the northwest of Spain. 5 p.m. kick-off in August could perhaps provide its own problems with the climate, but it's fairly mild in Galicia, where Celta Vigo are based, up on the northwest coast, and shouldn't be too much of a problem to kick off at 5 p.m. then. Certainly wouldn't be giving some of the southern teams in Sevilla, in Granada, 5 p.m. kickoffs in August. Real Madrid's first home game comes on the 24th of August in the Santiago Bernabeu against Valladolid. And then on the 1st of September, it's another tough away tie against Villarreal. So it's a complicated start for Real Madrid. 2 away games in the first 3 against decent sides who will test them. So although these pre-season friendly games, of course, are important against big clubs, it's really all about getting these players ready for that kick-off on the 17th of January. There's Ferland Mendy, another newcomer to the club, who'll be looking to challenge Marcelo for position this season on the left-hand side of the Real Madrid defence. And there are the keepers as well, going through their paces. Lunin in the middle there, and Diego Altuve on the left with Thibaut Courtois. They themselves have got their own little backroom staff as well, just to help the keepers sharpen their reflexes up. Team of 4 of them at the moment. And, well, the Goalkeeper Society, they'll all be helping each other out and looking to train each other up to be ready for action when it does begin. So there is the scene. Lots of different exercises going on all over the pitch. And good to see that the ball is very quickly the focus for Real Madrid. I'm sure that there will be some physical work as well today, perhaps in the later session. Real Madrid will be back out 4 p.m. local time for more training. But at the moment, certainly seem to be ramping up the ball work. At the Montreal Impact training headquarters in Canada. The whistle of Zinedine Zidane indicates that there's going to be a change as the players make their way over. Zinedine Zidane helped there with things by his trusted right-hand man, David Bettoni. And a new fitness coach has come in this season, Gregory Dupont, working with this first-team squad for the first time. And for what we've seen on Real Madrid TV, he's been putting them through their paces quite briskly so far, as you would expect in pre-season training. We'll see what Zinedine Zidane has in store for his squad of players now. Of course, the first full pre-season back for the French coach with Real Madrid in two years. He's used to planning and detailing all of these sessions in the past. He always placed great importance on them as well, Zidane, on getting a full pre-season with the team. Of course, when he initially came in, it was January when he first became coach of Real Madrid, went on to win the Champions League. But he's in charge, and everything looking good for this squad, first team squad for Real Madrid players as they prepare for Bayern Munich in the International Champions Cup in Houston at the weekend. The exercise changes and more ball work for these players. Game of 2-touch. Everyone looking relaxed, everyone looking happy. And as you can see, the hard work has begun for Real Madrid in Montreal. After a week already of the pre-season training. Certainly from the ball work we've seen this morning, things seem to be ramping up ahead of these friendlies to come. Remember, these are live pictures from the Montreal Impact training headquarters, where Real Madrid have been now for a week. And we'll continue to bring you these training sessions throughout the North American tour. Which, as I say, we'll move on to Houston in the coming days. There'll be a change in temperature there, change in climate ahead of that game against Bayern Munich. And 3 days later, Real Madrid face Arsenal. And then that derby against Atletico Madrid, and that will be the conclusion of the first part of pre-season for these players in North America before Real Madrid come back to Europe. And it's off to Germany and the Audi Cup, where they'll face Tottenham Hotspur on the 30th of July, and the potential final after that game, which could again be against Bayern Munich. So plenty of big tests to come for these players. Zinedine Zidane is back with the squad. You can see the competitiveness there of Luka Modric and Toni Kroos. A little complaint from both, I think, about what went on there, even in the early days of pre-season training. There is the scene as we move over to the other pitch. Another game of two-touch going on there. A lot of the new signings over on that pitch. You also see there with the ball Marco Asensio, who came out top at the weekend when the new fitness coach Gregory Dupont put the players through rigorous fitness tests. It was Marco Asensio who came out as the fitness player in those tests on Sunday. So he certainly looks to be ready for the new season, as all these players are building up towards. You can see Zinedine Zidane with his arms behind his back in the centre of the two exercises, keeping a close eye on everything that's going on here in Montreal. It's, I'm sure the players are very pleased to have Zinedine Zidane back with them in North America as the North American pre-season continues for Real Madrid. Nacho finishes off with a goal. And you can see the competitive nature of all these players, all the big names out on this left-hand side. Almost as if a feeling of a first team and B squad as well on the other side, with more of the younger players, more of the new players. Marcelo puts the ball away as well. Maybe this is an indication of the players who will start the first friendly. Sergio Ramos, Gareth Bale, Rafael Varane. The only new face out there, that of Luka Jovic, Serbian signing from Eintracht Frankfurt in the summer. Maybe he'd be looking to start a partnership in that first game with Karim Benzema. Over on the other pitch, a lot of the newer players. Ferland Mendy on the ball there. Mariano in the centre, of course, not a new face. Still one of the younger, lesser experienced players. Marco Asensio on the ball. And interesting to see as well the Japanese player Kubo, who's been speaking to Real Madrid TV this week about his experiences with in his first week at the club. He's very excited to be part of the setup, of course, at Real Madrid. So the hard work continues, both on the left-hand side and the right-hand side of this training pitch in Montreal. Eden Hazard and Isco showing nice touches there as Real Madrid build up their preparation for the first pre-season game of the season against Bayern Munich on Sunday in the Energy Stadium in Houston. Zidane out there making a point to the players. As we've always seen on Real Madrid TV, he's a coach who loves to get involved in the sessions, actually take part in anything with the ball, shooting practice or even some of these games. He's having a little joke there with a few of the players. Plenty of smiles on the faces. And Zidane throws the ball back in. And they're underway again. Nice little flick from Marcelo and from Gareth Bale. As the two-touch game continues.
Sí, el primero de esta pretemporada, y en esos días, esos 5 días, como tú dices, los puede también en este momento acumulan los futbolistas que se inician está realizando el décimo, el balón que ya va a parar después de ese pequeño descanso, después de esa pequeña recuperación de muchos rendimientos, son los que tienen este ejercicio
Plenty of ball work, plenty of different exercises for the players to enjoy on this, the 7th day of pre-season training in Montreal.
Uno, es decir, un toque, dos toques, un toque, dos toques, un toque, dos toques. Eso quiere decir toque y medio. Entonces, es algo complicado, ¿por qué? Porque tú, con el cansancio acumulado, tienes que pensar si tu compañero ha dado dos pases, un pase, que evidentemente tú lo ves, pero es que tienes que reaccionar en milésimas de segundo, y entonces, en milésimas de segundo tienes que hacer unas cuantas cosas. Primero, saber dónde está tu compañero para dar el pase. Segundo, si él ha dado un toque, yo tengo que dar dos, porque es toque y medio. Y luego, moverte para dar esa posibilidad a tu compañero, con lo cual es un ejercicio que exige muchísimo físico, técnica, táctica y sobre todo también estar mentalmente bien, con lo cual si físicamente estás bien, todo eso se lleva a cabo. Ahora mismo estamos en ese periodo de entrenamiento.
Sí, pero te falta incluso, si cabe, la más importante, que es, después de pensar todo eso, hacerlo. Es decir, hacer que el balón llegue en buenas condiciones a tu compañero.
Claro, luego ya llega la segunda parte, que es que todo eso que has pensado en milésimas de segundo lo ejecutes bien. ¿Por qué? Porque un pase fallido puede ser una contra en un partido, ¿no? Entonces tenemos que estar seguros del pase, un pase tenso, un pase con el interior y sobre todo ser conscientes de que ese pase llega a su destino.
Porque a veces lo fácil es verlo, lo difícil es hacerlo.
Parece fácil, pero es lo más difícil del fútbol.
Te voy a decir, porque a la hora de ver el fútbol muchos lo ven. El problema es hacerlo. Hacer lo que tú acabas de pensar, dar ese pase como tú acabas de ver en tu cabeza. Es que la diferencia es muy importante.
A ver, luego, la gran diferencia es que...
Pero claro, estos son muy buenos.
Por eso ellos están ahí
claro, y
nosotros aquí.
Claro,
Ahora también ha estado allí. Hay que al César lo que es del César y a Palencia lo que es de Palencia, ¿no?
Bueno, pues hasta aquí el 10º día de trabajo del Real Madrid en Montreal. Hasta aquí el entrenamiento. En abierto esta parte para que todos los aficionados del Real Madrid podáis disfrutar de esa sesión aquí en Real Madrid Televisión. Gracias, Palencia.
Un placer.